Hello everybody and welcome to Jet TV. Today I am going to be playing Mortal Empires. I am going to be starting a Dark Elf campaign. I am probably also going to be running another campaign on this once I have finished up my Lizardmen campaign on the Vortex campaign. However, without further ado, I'm going to be starting as Malekith. So you get various things. He does have a little tricky one where some of his lords will have lower leadership if they have will lose leadership if they've got more XP than him. Obviously, I get good relations with the Cult of Pleasure, and he also gives a percentage of his XP earned to the other lords. He also gets various upkeep reductions. I'm going to keep this on hard and jump straight into this anyway, guys. So I've done a little bit of play as the Dark Elves on the Vortex campaign offline, not while I'm been streaming this or recording it even. So I've got a little bit of an idea how they play, though the map is very different here, and I'm fully expecting things to play out a bit differently. And it's only been a very brief little sort of a play in it, so I don't know exactly how all of their tactics work, especially as they get higher up. And I'm going to be honest, I'm better at playing with more classic armies, so like the High Elves, the Empire, the Lizardmen I really enjoyed, because you can play a very sort of classic style with a bit of things in. They're not as tactically challenging. It sounds daft. I'm not just trying to take the mick out of myself, whereas I think these guys I'm going to have to pay a little bit more attention to my tactics and my unit makeup, which will make them more interesting. As I was saying, I'm probably going to be playing a Chaos or a Beastmen campaign as well as this. It's just I need to find time to start that. I am rather busy at the moment at work, so but that should be tapering off a little bit over the next few weeks. So I'll try and be getting another campaign. So give me a shout out what you'd prefer, Chaos or Beastmen. Personally, I would prefer Chaos, so please say Chaos. However, I will do Beastmen if everybody asks for, well, for one person who's watching these at the moment asks for Beastmen. I do have a couple of other people watching, though they're not commenting. They are on my Discord with me, so we'll see what we do there. And without further ado, when this has finished loading, we will jump into the campaign and start conquering the world as the Dark Elves. Hopefully, maybe, if it ever finishes loading. Okay, so let's see my starting position.
Hail, dread scourge Malekith. You rule over a splintered people. Your realm is in decay, and there are many vile creatures who will attempt to stop your advance. The Druchii are fractured, yet many still know loyalty to your rule. Others, however, do not, and need bringing to heel. If they do not bend the knee to the Witch King, then they should be destroyed utterly. Beyond the northern watchtowers lurk the savage tribes of men, petty worshippers of the dark powers. Their ceaseless attacks upon your realm must end with their annihilation. In the meantime, you should unify the Druchii through either statecraft or by destroying would-be opposition. All will bow to the Witch King. All will yield to Malekith.
Okay, so we've got a few different things here. We've got slaves, which are good for my economy, but I believe they'd cause some public order issues. We also get black elves, which are really good. Well, they're the only proper naval unit in the game. You don't really fight with naval, it's all auto-resolved with naval units, but they are very powerful and you can use them as basically movable settlements. So we've got a mission to occupy, loot, or take 3 settlements basically. So let's have a look at the map. So we're here, so we still have quite a big little start area to take on here. Now we've got a load of empty things here, which could well be Skaven. We've got the old world here, I can't really see, and all down here. So while the map isn't as big, it's not got all of Lustria, we've still got even around here, we've got a fair few territories. And everything is just a little bit more pushed and cramped and confined together. So am I at war with enemy? I'm at war with these guys down here, so my first actions are going to be pushing straight into them. Now what's this? Sorceress of Fire, so let's chuck her into my army. Malekith does have magic of his own, so we will see what goes on with this. We do still have rights. I had thought they'd been removed, and we'll I wonder if the new factions are going to get rights as well. So let's pop him onto the border. I will want to be looking up here fairly quickly, because I don't necessarily want somebody else to be taking them. And let's just do a sort of standard upgrade of 2 spears to 1 archers. We do have some Blackguard of Nagaron who are a very strong unit as well to have at this point, as well as a Cold One chariot, which will be quite nice. Chariots is something I'm not really as experienced. I've never really been as good at using, so we'll see how this goes. Now let's have a look. So I can reduce my costs for recruitment, income from raiding and post-battle. Let's just having a quick look for everything. I think I'm going to go for the growth, because getting my settlements bigger early on is always going to be very beneficial here, because that does mean that we can, obviously we grow quicker, which means we can get expanding quicker, means we can get taking over the world quicker. And if anything, there's one thing I want to do, it's to take over the world. So we're just blitzing for everybody's turn. The one thing I'm going to do straight away here, something you can do in Total War 2, is I'm going to put all of the auto movement. So this is when I'm not in control. Everything is just being popped straight onto fastest, because this means that with the sheer amount of turns going on, this will save us a lot of time in the turns, especially once I start being able to see a lot more of the map. Yeah, I might tweak this. I might lower it for individual factions at certain points, which you can also do. But this just means we're going to go through everything faster, so we will be able to actually get to the play. I mean, you can just watch this going through. There are so many factions here. I think it's over 100 factions at the start now.
The Druki of Nagaroth bring slaughter and
okay, this is just him explaining
lesser.
how to do bits and pieces. Right, they do have a fairly big army there, so I'm actually going to keep building up a bit. I'm going to pop a second lord together to push up here. What is my income like? My income is how much is a lord? No, I'm going to leave that for now. I do want to go up and get these before anybody else takes them, however, because that way I hold them, not someone else. Now let's see how this goes. So again, we're just a bit of boring play at the moment. We're just skipping through turns. We're not in quite a... The Vortex campaign, you were very much in a battle within your first turn or two, which I did very much like. I found that was quite a nice way of doing it. Now this is probably, I suspect this is a Skaven settlement up here, so I don't want to be too... I could pop down and take there. Sorry, I'm umming and ahhing a bit here, guys, just to because I want to make sure I do the right thing. Let's do another turn of recruitment. Sorry, I am being lame and boring and holding off. I don't want to get myself wiped out within the first few turns, because that would be embarrassing. So I think next turn I'm going to move down and we're going to go for Hag Graef, and we're going to smash that and get their first army. Then we're going to power through the rest of their territory. We'll get the Temple of Cain as well. I'm going to have a look. This map is very different than the other one. I mean, it's obviously inspired, but everything is a slightly different shape. And I mean, you can just have a look into these mountains and things. This map is actually gorgeous. It's just the level of detail is really nice, and obviously then you've got this volcano and things here, and we'll see more as we get further down. But it It is so nicely done. Right. So we are going to start marching. Okay, what can we improve on here? We do have a couple of high-level buildings we can build here as well, long run. Right, this does give us a bit more income, so I'm going straight for that. And let me have a think. I am going to push into my income to start with. We'll see what the first few places I take. Because while I will probably build up buildings here to recruit from, having my recruitment so far back, as you can see from the world map, it's so far in, whereas having somewhere coastal to actually recruit from will be beneficial. But then again, I'm also going to have black arcs as well, long run, which I can turn into mobile recruitment bases. Now, I don't know what level I can get buildings to on them, but I mean, if I could get them to the point where I can recruit everything I want, I could almost do all my recruitment from black arcs in this little inland sea. So we've got a mission to capture the place I'm just about to attack. So that's quite a useful mission. Whoa. Okay. This might be a hard fight. So I'm going to continue that siege. This might not have been the best decision. We will have to see. Okay, income from ports. I always want income. I'm always very much about pushing my income as much as I can. Let's end turn. I might have bitten a bit off a little bit more than I can chew here. So this might be a very bad start. It might be a very short campaign, guys. So yeah, this might be a oops, we've done it. Let's get back to the let's choose another faction or let's start again. Ideally not. So they are sallying forth, and you can see this is a lot more equal now. So we are going to fight this. I suspect that balance was simply because I had to siege with nothing if I'd attacked then and there, which I don't think I could have actually done. So we've got Malekith ready, we've got our fire mage, and we've got a nice we've got these guys who are very powerful, probably more powerful than anything they have there, and obviously we've got a lot of archers and a lot of standard units, as well as my artillery. These artillery are very nice. They are very good. They've got two fire modes. One which is designed to scatter infantry, take out infantry, and one which is designed to take out large units. So that is very nice. So main focus here is going to be Corvishish. To kill Corvishish as fast as I can, because if I can take her out, that means that if you take her out, they will take a big leadership hit. Okay, we're taking a gamble straight on with that much magic.
I will have destruction.
Alright, let's have a little bit more of a better look at that. So we're going to do standard, we're going to push up onto this hill. And we're going to pew we are going to shoot them lots. Use all the pew to shoot them. And this, as I said, this has two options, so I'm going to pop this straight into this. And let's start the game. Oh. So you have your gamble option, and then you start, and I always think I've got in the wrong one.
Your kind through the act of killing, cunning lord. Lead your fellow Druki to slaughter in battle, and they will gain great favor from Cain, Lord of Murder.
Because that's the other thing you have. You've got murderous prowess, which is a fantastic ability, actually. It as you kill people, it fills up, and then your guys will all set off, which is really good. Oh wow, they've snuck some units right up close to me. Let's straight into these guys. We're not even being subtle. And Malekith can charge as well. We can throw a fireball at one of them. Okay, I am pressing the attack here because I really don't want these guys to get behind. Now I am being a little dangerous here because I'm leaving this guy quite undefended. However, you can see how much damage he's already done to this unit. Let's switch him to a different unit and let's keep this charge on. And we can ideally, if we hit this, what we'll do is we'll fold in. So actually I'm going to move these 3 forwards and engage the centre. This side is going to hold and this side is going to fold in. And this chariot can actually charge them. So we are engaging now. Let's get Malekith in. And we do have a wind. Malekith has his own wind spell. We're going to whack off here. I'm going to fire a fireball at their lord. I'm going to keep moving these guys around. We are engaging them. Let's move these guys just a little bit further forwards. You guys can keep charging. You guys can all charge. Now you can see here we are getting hit by a lot of archers. Let's hit their lord again. And that's a nice hit there. Some of their guys are mixed infantry as well, which is a really beneficial thing. Oh god, I'm getting these guys out. I cannot afford, I do not want to lose them at this point in the game. That would be incredibly bad.
Sorceress of blood! Come, Malekith!
Now this is probably the biggest issue, is actually just how many archers they've got. Now they have popped, their murderous prowess has popped. Mine is not quite here, which means they are actually going to be having a lot of spells going off here. Let's pop this through again. Let's try and hit something else. That spell, I'm not so impressed by that spell at the moment. We have taken out their leader. That is good. This isn't really good against, I don't know. Oh no, it is good versus multiple combatants, so we are losing a few units here. Our murderous prowess has just popped. So let's keep hitting them. Let's hit this unit here, because I'm losing to this unit here. So everything has got murderous prowess going, so there is a lot of stuff going off here at once. Where is this guy now? Let's chase him down into here. We do seem to have a unit of spears which has pushed itself far too far forwards. Okay, so they are starting to break. Malekith is chasing. This isn't our best. They've got some black arc corsairs there. I'm not fighting this battle particularly well, I'm going to be honest. This is not my best battle. In fact, I could potentially still lose this, so I want to be careful here. I am not doing well at all here. I am actually starting to lose this. So this might be being pushed back and having to regroup and attack again in the future. I really did bite off more than I can chew here.
Malekith.
Eager for blood.
Dark shards.
This is all down to my archers now.
Dread spears. Dark shards. Ruby. Hydrakira.
I think I'm about to have a mass rout.
Malekith. Glorious carnage.
Bloody murder. Dark shards. Slay them.
They do still have their lord. Their lord is still up. I thought I'd already got rid of her.
I won't die here.
Die.
Our allies are cowards. King.
No time for subtlety here.
Get out of here! Time to go! Head them!
This is gonna be close, guys. I'm not gonna sugarcoat this. This is going to be incredibly close.
Power is yours.
Allies flee! Chariots!
My chariot is my most powerful unit yet. I'm even putting my mage in, simply because she's got health and she's not running away.
Drakira!
That's it. He is broken.
The true king.
Dark shards!
Hit those dark shards.
No mercy.
Slash kill!
This guy has run out of ammo.
Glorious destruction!
Oh, this is yeah.
Only a fool die, weakling!
This has turned into an archer fight.
Blackguards!
Die.
Slaughter.
Dark elves! Suffering for all! Attack! Terror and death! I won't die here! Destroy!
Let's hit their lord again.
Our strength is waning!
Malekith just standing there. He's not bothered by these guys. He's just going to stand there, you know, and occasionally knock them over.
Hack cut! Hack cut! Blackguards! Slash kill! Healers in death! Defeat draws near! Destroy!
Victory is in our grasp. Oh, wow. That was a bad battle. I'm not sure I'm good with Dark Elves, guys. I'm gonna be honest. That was painful. They just had so many archers. I was like, maybe that is the answer. Maybe I need more archers. So yeah, I took a heavy toll there. But so did they, you know. So, it was an interesting fight, that's for sure. We'll have to see how these things continue. I'm going to get to the point I'm going to get my guys upgraded, so, and we will keep going. But, yeah, that was painful. But these are very archer, that was a very archer-heavy army, and I don't have quite as many yet. I'm going to take them as slaves, which gives me replenishment, and gives me slaves.
From
Now,
pain.
slaves are interesting. Slaves will help to increase my economy as well, which is a useful thing. So I've got some slaves here. Now these will actually be in Nagarond, and it does affect how Nagarond does. So if I level up, I get dark shards or shields and bleak swords. So bleak swords are going to be a bit better in melee combat than the let's have a look. So these guys have got a defense of 40, so 30, but these guys have a melee attack of 34, 25. So they'll be a bit better aggressively, and I'm going to get dark shards or shields, which means my archers will all have shields now. Wow. Okay. So yes, this is an interesting situation I'm in. Now that's all. So I thought it was just Lords. It looks like she got some experience. Oh, she just did better in the battle. Oh wow, I did not mean to do that. Right, I am actually going to pop another Lord and recruit a few more people to send down. On a higher level Lord. So this is a Dread Lord with Sword and Shield. And I'm going to start doing a little bit more recruitment next turn. Okay, so let's go through the turn. This my initial campaign here, my initial campaign against Hag Graef, against this faction below me, is not going well. I am already suffering badly, guys. So we'll have to see how this goes. This is not how I envisaged my first few turns to be going, guys. Maybe I was too aggressive. Maybe I should have gone and picked up all these ruins to start with, but I wanted to go and attack to make this interesting. So it's either going to work or we're going to have the shortest campaign ever as I get stomped on right away. Now, I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to restart if it goes wrong. I will fight to the last if this doesn't work. I could potentially attack and win, but I'd prefer to hold off and get myself a few more troops here first. Because I'm not insane.
Enacting my dark desires.
Bloody slaughter awaits.
With noble purpose. For the Witch
No,
King.
I'm going to go for 2 of them simply so I've got bodies to put across the wall when I do this siege. So yeah, no, not going well, but I think I can pull this back, and then once I've broken them, they've probably already built up another army, so we'll see how this goes, but hopefully that'll give me another good solid settlement around this little inlet here, to which, you know, and then I can start consolidating, making myself powerful, getting a few more people on side. What I ideally want to do is get to the coast early, because what I would prefer to do is not go to war with all of the Dark Elf factions, but to try and confederate with them, because get myself some bleak swords, because confederating with them is always going to be better, because if you can get them confederated, you don't have to fight a war with them. You get their lords, some of which might be good. I mean, not necessarily the ones I really want to. I want to obviously get the Cult of Pleasure confederated with me, because that's going to give me that's going to give me another very powerful legendary lord as well. But it basically means I don't have to worry about it. These guys are far more likely to confederate with me than, well, nobody else will. So if I'm fighting elsewhere and getting powerful, these guys will naturally start confederating with me. Hopefully. That's not how it's worked in my Lizardman campaign, which I've been doing, but it's worked to an extent. But generally, oh god. You can get into Nagrand. So yeah, there were Skaven up there. These were Skaven settlements. You know, not at war with me, but
No mercy.
what do you think is going to happen?
Truki, bloody slaughter awaits.
I can't attack that yet. I'm going to charge this army down next turn. Then I'm going to do the attack. And I'm going to do that this turn.
High march onwards! Dreadlord, awaiting command.
Tips is slightly in our favour.
To battle.
And that battle, guys, is going to be where we are going to start next time, because we are at 30 minutes. I hope you've enjoyed my terrible, terrible start, and I hope you'll enjoy me either winning or getting my butt kicked, then having the Skaven of that attack Nagrand and me lose the campaign. So yeah, we've got one of two things that's happened. I'm going to take this, I'm going to pull back, I'm going to successfully fend off Skaven, or I've lost the campaign already. So we shall see. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I am new to this, so if you do have any feedback, please feel free to let me know, so long as it's constructive. Thank you, guys.